you, Dennis. Now welcome up once again, Bryce Schramm.
Okay, so I'll try to make this quick. I remember that I jotted something down a while ago while staying up till like 8:30 at these abandoned tracks right across the street from where I live, and it was like sunset and it was just beautiful outside. So and I was just clearing my mind of all the stress and stuff. So it doesn't have a name, so far it's just gonna be called On the Rails. Just sitting on the tracks, playing with some rocks, using my smokes as my medicine to clear my mind of all the negative thoughts. Still struggling with being 18, still wishing I was 15 again. Those were the good times. Yeah, the good times. Without the stress of figuring things out, without the hassle of trying to find love, still feel young at heart, wishing I could go back. To when I was happy and not so sad. I don't know if I'm depressed or just realizing reality. Life's not the same as it was. It's a little grayer now. I'm not wrong for feeling right. My mind is one and my heart says not. To give up on her, but it's getting harder. To forgive and forget, to love and not hate, to trust only to hurt again. Am I wrong, or is this right? To be down when I used to feel so up. To when I was happy and not so sad. I don't know if I'm depressed or just realizing reality. Life's not the same as it was. It's a little bit grayer now. I don't know if it's just my thoughts or if it's actually true. We expect the love we think we deserve. I just want to know what happens when you don't expect it anymore. Thank you. This next one is called Nothing's Real. I'm sorry if I was. Didn't mean to cause you harm. Just trying to figure things out. Nothing's real, sorta hope
And Bryce had a featured reading at Paper Tiger in June. And I wrote the following to kind of reflect what that evening was like for all of us. And I happen to know that Bryce likes the poem, or else I wouldn't share it with you now. So I'm reading this for him tonight. He hasn't heard me read it. I hardly ever do this sitting down, with love for Bryce Schramm and all my friends at Paper Tiger Coffee. Gemini Calvinist, self-professed black hole, learning guitar. You put love into it, it'll love you right back. Fresh bodies, little lovelies, truck-loving mothers, anonymous girlfriends, third-hand toxicity, ghostly underwriters, recycle cereal, new screens, old dads, get thee to the railroad store. Faulty descriptions, however necessary, haters can't grok the rule of threes. She's a striptease, home dream, unconditional love theme, out-of-town drop-in, demented drone, senseless, title-less, little wave from sweetness. Foie gras fuckwad, heartsick joke, fool with the phallus, then try to move us with aquatic tragedy, elderberry sanctuary, lizard king sanctimony. Need to touch something wild, no bullwhips anywhere in the vicinity. Pretty interesting how we are, isn't it? So that's what that evening was like. And borrowed a couple of lines. She's a striptease from Toni. I need to touch something wild was Herb. And Rainy Night said, pretty interesting how we are, isn't it? And now back to the open mic. David Nelson. Welcome, David. David's been coming since we were at an Ice Cream Renaissance.
Thanks, Chris. Whatever. Okay. I'm like pulling open Tiffany's book. Thanks. I'll just read your book.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wasn't really prepared. So I just randomly, not entirely randomly, but quickly found something to read. And this is called Stellar Liaisons. And these are the instructions for reading. So the thing is that I didn't really plan this. Okay, so these are the instructions for reading. Imagine my voice. And it says Sophia Elby, that's the name of the person's voice. Listen to it in your head as though I'm reading this aloud to you. I'm reciting very, very slowly and speaking quite softly. My words are quiet but well executed. My tone is unwavering and dry, but it carries hints of melancholy and intimacy. While it's certain its sureness comes from human yearnings, while it's certain its sureness comes from human yearnings. Imagine after I read, there is a long, close pause. There is no trickery in the voice a sparrow, except for everything that it is and does and could ever be ever, even until it informs, or doesn't, or is even, in silence while sitting on a branch it thinks of in the garden. Anything that could be, but every piece is there. There it is, its trickery, beside itself with it. Thank you.
All right, please welcome back to Ghost Town, Desiree Wright. We're happy to have her back here again.
I was trying to think of something so smart. You're just beautiful, and your words are beautiful. Both of you were amazing tonight. So thanks for being women who put words into the world for the rest of us. Stand up, because water is not a commodity, because West Papua, because Indigenous women and men and children still fight, because the glacier melted, because the levee breaks, because my children, because your children, because forced sterilization, because Standing Rock. Stand up. Because boarding schools, the 60 scoop Hawaiian homelands, because Rwanda, because refugees need homes, because Berta Caceres, Lima Chalk, Nelson Garcia, Mendez Barrio, because basic human rights, because free Leonard Peltier. Stand up. Because Planned Parenthood, because violence against women is more than a 1 in 4 statistic. Because feminism is a chargeable offense. Because boy meets girl, because boy gets out of jail free, because he's white, because he has money, because his lawyer is more than a public defender. Because no is the answer. Stand up. Because his hair is news and he might be president. Because Hillary, because Bernie, because Black Lives Matter, because Latino lives matter, because Native lives matter. Stand up. Because it doesn't matter who's pissing in the stall next to you. Because someone sleeps on a bench under bags on Mill Plain. Because mental health is still an embarrassing child. Because we sit in our homes and feel paralyzed to do nothing when we can do everything. Because the earth is dying. Because our voices need to be heard. Because when the sun sets, you still have hope. Stand up.
Yes, it probably feels good after a couple of hours on those chairs to stand up too. So stand up. And now let's welcome back again, Edie Lemonier.
Here comes the tall girl. I have 2 poems. One is very short. I wrote this summer. It's called Memoir. A spigot opens wide. The fire hose that carves out the dirty spot stays half coiled in the sun. My own foolishness, like a fire hose that carves out the dirty spot. I make a fist, my own foolishness. There is still dirt under my nails. Thank you. Woo. And this one I've read here before, and it's by special request of Tiffany Burba. Asked me to read this, so this is for you. And all the other kick-ass women in this room, by the way. Beaver, Fox, Slit. She has a fucking name, you know. Bearded clam, fish taco, peach. Good enough to eat, not good enough to name. Poontang, cooch, cooter, backwoods names. Muff, minge, snatch. Thanks, Rue, for bringing back the cute. Still can't say it. Also, thanks to the woman who thinks twat means ass because she's a fucking twat. Vag, vajayjay, hoo-ha, almost there, Oprah. Pussy equals weakness. Cunt is too strong. All unpleasant, all unclean, all too foul for polite company, all too much for the old white men in power, all to be touched, licked, eaten, rammed, fucked by men with or without permission, all to be regulated, all without ever fucking naming it. The source of my power, vagina. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Edie. And next we're going to hear from Jan Ice. Come on up, Jan.
This one was triggered by something somebody said at work. And it kind of ticked me off in the moment, but then I started thinking back to my childhood, and this is why it ticked me off. The day I learned that lying could pay off, as taught to me by an adult. Adult, pick A or B. Me. B. Adult. Okay, you get A. Okay, so it was my fault. I had done something wrong. I knew the answer would be no, so I hadn't asked. I just did it on my own. To say the least, it was a brilliant disaster. The punishment for this catastrophic failure was a choice between going a week without one of two things, and I could choose which one I was to be deprived of. Choice A, stay away from the horses for the whole week. A difficult thing for a young horse-crazy girl to do. They all knew how much I loved the horses. Choice B, deprive myself of the cool spring water beckoning from the tranquil pond every afternoon. It was a no-brainer. It was mid-August. I can ride horses year-round. But swimming, that was a luxury with a limitation built in. But knowing that the adults were crafty and meant to punish this wayward child, I debated with myself, A or B. I knew what I wanted, but would the adults hold true to form or deviate and derail my plan?
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. Next, we're going to hear from Kelly Schrock. How do you say it, Kelly? Schrock. Schrock. I got it. Kelly, come on up.
I have two pieces. Thank you. I don't know how to put that.
There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna try not to pee my pants.
Okay.
It happens, don't judge me. Okay, so there's two, we're each part of different relationships with the exact same fucking problem. Sorry if this offends anyone, there's lots of curse words. Woo! Alright. This first one is called Touch Me, Fuck You. Alright. When he sleeps, she sighs, her hand on her cunt. He isn't always asleep. Either way, he doesn't move, breathes deep and even. When she asks him to touch her, he says he's tired. His stomach hurts. At night, alone, she prowls the streets. She writes on walls, touch me. She writes, fuck you. She carves a heart into her inner thigh. He doesn't notice. One quiet night, while he's away on an overnight trip for work, she goes to the bar, brings home a man. She shoves him onto the bed, straddles his face, shivers and moans. When they are done, she says, if you ever come back here, I'll fucking kill you. He leaves. She cries. At night, when they're alone together, he lays his head on her stomach. She strokes his hair. At night, when they're alone together, he laughs into the screen. He lays his head on her stomach, or he lays on his stomach. Sorry, it was written down wrong. She kneels over his hips, smooths out the hard knots between his shoulder blades. He falls asleep. She masturbates, rubbing herself raw. He is not asleep. He doesn't move. His breathing is deep and even. Okay, here's the other one. I gotta pull it up on my phone. Thank you. This one's written in the style of like a Cracked article. 8 ways to encourage your partner to have sex with you and why they don't work. 1, do some chores. No one feels sexy when they're wading through an avalanche of dirty socks. Try doing the dishes, cleaning the laundry, scrubbing the toilet, taking out the trash. Coming home to a clean living space may be exactly the boost your partner needs to get between the sheets. Why it doesn't work. Sex has nothing to do with clean laundry or vacuumed floors. It would be easier to fuck if you were both naked to begin with, so maybe not washing the clothes is a good idea. Go ahead and clean up anyway. It couldn't hurt. Besides, you're the only one suffering here, so it's up to you to fix it. What else are you going to do with all of your excess sexual energy? 2, clean yourself up. Trim the hedges, exfoliate your skin, get a haircut. Do something that shows your partner that you want to look good for them. If you look kissable, your partner may find you irresistible. Why it doesn't work. No one wants to go down on a stinky, unclean set of genitals, but your partner clearly doesn't want to go down on you anyway. Go ahead and make yourself look nice. The act of grooming is a great build-up that makes the inevitable letdown all the more deliciously painful. 3, remember physical intimacy is important. Make sure to hug, caress, and kiss your partner. This physical intimacy helps strengthen the relationship and reaffirms the importance of physical touch. Go ahead and give your partner a massage without any expectation of reward or sex. You may find yourself pleasantly surprised by the result. Why it doesn't work. Obviously your partner does not give a shit about the importance of physical intimacy, or they'd be touching you like ever. Give the back rubs anyway. Give all the back rubs. While your servile, hopeless affections will inevitably amount to nothing, it's up to you to save the relationship. Besides, we both know that you'll jump through any conceivable hoop for the remotest chance that you'll get laid. Remember how good sex feels? Think of that while you massage those dirty, calloused feet. 4, wait it out. Maybe the reason your partner isn't ripping off your clothes is that you never give him the chance. Lay off for a while. Maybe he'll catch sight of your well-groomed, chore-busting ass scrubbing the floors and want to rip off all your clothes right there on the freshly waxed linoleum. Why it doesn't work. You don't really need an explanation here, do you? Have fun waiting forever. 5, tell your partner how you feel. Any good relationship is built on communication. Go ahead and let your partner know what's bothering you. Remember not to scold, shout, cry, or make fun of your partner. This is a sharing of feelings, not a blame session. Use tact and sensitivity. Why it doesn't work. Your partner will feel pressured and embarrassed no matter how delicately you bring this up. Add this to the fact that for whatever reason your partner is unable to touch you and you will never get laid again. Talk to your partner anyway. If you don't, you'll probably explode. 6, try new things. Your relationship could be in a rut. When couples get too used to routines, their love life can die. Take your lover out to a restaurant you've never been to. Take dance classes together. Explore an unfamiliar hiking path. Maybe even bring some fresh, exciting outfits or toys into the bedroom. Why it doesn't work. Your partner is probably resistant to change and try new things. If that's the case, good fucking luck out there. Use the new toy on yourself and learn to cry in absolute silence. 7, do something nice for your partner. Buy him new shoes. Take her to the music store. Oh, I went back a page. Okay. Write him a love song. Send her sexy pictures. Carve his name into your skin and scream, "Do you love me?" Doing something nice and unexpected may be the spark that sets the fire of love. Why it doesn't work. Your partner clearly does not fucking get it. You're more than friends for a reason. Friends do nice things for each other and then play football or braid each other's hair. Clearly I don't have friends. I don't know how that works. Lovers do nice things for each other, then fuck like horny sex monkeys in the last moments before the apocalypse. Unless you're a fucking asshole, you're probably doing nice things for your partner anyway. You've been friend-zoned by your lover. Deal with it. 8 and final one, do something nice for yourself. You probably feel hurt, ugly, unwanted, angry, ashamed, and lonely after all that rejection. Go ahead and take yourself out for a nice dinner. Have a spa day. Get a massage. Buy yourself an expensive bottle of wine. Pick out a nice 5th of aged bourbon and drink yourself into oblivion. Why it doesn't work. Nothing does. The situation is hopeless. Your sex life is dead. Stop trying to Frankenstein the horse's beaten corpse. It's creepy. It stinks. Bury the damn thing and leave it in the ground this time, you creep. Do something nice for yourself because otherwise you might off yourself. Do it because you're the only person who can take care of you. Do it because time drags on when you're not getting laid and you have to do something to feel good about yourself. And those are my pieces.
Thank you, Kelly. We're going to hear next from, is it Scott Yeager?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Good work.
All right. And have you read here before, Scott? Yeah. Oh, this is Scott's first time. Let's welcome him.
Hello, beautiful people. No, that's me. Get it out of here. My name is Scott. My birthday's not until the 27th, but if you come back next time, you can say happy birthday to me. Hetero, white, cisgendered male poets. Spilling our hetero, white, cisgendered male guts all over. Hetero, white, cisgendered male poets. Yes, even me, with my pretty long hair, my envy-inspiring beard that I've offered to donate to a few desirous females. Hetero, white, cisgendered male poets. So full of ourselves and so self-aware of that fact. Hetero, white, cisgendered male poets. Stroking and caressing and just barely touching our lips to this undeniably phallic microphone. As we groan and drone on and on and on, and hetero, white, cisgendered male poets bitching about the women who stole our hearts even though we couldn't love them back. Hetero, white, cisgendered male poets sitting, waiting, oh so fucking patiently until it's our turn to talk, and scowling scornfully as the audience shrinks while my heart pounds, even though I'm number 22 and it's not coming up for a long time. You don't have to clap until the end unless you really want to. Beached. I step in, shiver, hesitate, acclimate, take the plunge. She welcomes me with no guarantee of security, but just buoyant, blissful embraces. Something awakens deep in the kernel of my being. A memory resurfaces as if to say, welcome home. And again, I am just single cells, primordial, minestrone, a piece of pasta swirl twirling in the white caps. But then I must breathe and feel fatigue and reach, but my feet can't touch the bottom. Then again, I am an awkward land mammal, flailing and feeling and beating and sloshing and finally getting beached. The smell of separation. Peaceful like the backyard of this house unoccupied, lonely like these trees, old cedars now, fixtures and fenced. I wield the retro sci-fi tentacle phallus gas pump, appreciating the novelty which could fade into habituation. I didn't mean to say phallus twice in this reading, sorry. The petrol distillates evaporate in late morning sun even before they hit the tank and carry me carefreely floating away, away, away into ancestral clouds now shrouding all I've known. The phone doesn't buzz or blink or speak, just sleeps waiting like me for your text back. In a dream, there's crying evidenced in dry tears on the page, and I make an old friend a sandwich. Sunflower. Leaves falling already, others hang on like summer forecast, the cooling, let go, embrace, periodic flow. Just do it, figure it out, work hard for what you want. The time is now, and now is a scarce commodity. Trading, 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 time for money, for time, for getting the merry-go-round, getting off the merry-go-round in circles, never stop. Clinging, clenching, empty fist, but insist it's holding on to the value, unmistakable, all rolled up, so tight it's invisible, letting go, letting go, letting go. Relax, I've got this, you need me, I promise you'll see better if we stay apart from the memories, crystalline yet shifting through states of matter, of fact. In fact, truth arrives untactfully early to the party you called time. Time for one more. I hate lawn mowers, leaf blowers, gas-powered seed throwers. I hate every small engined machine. I hate overgrown vehicle fleets parked beside manicured green lawns. I hate 3-car garages, too full to even hold one compact SUV. I hate neutral colored neighborhoods bathed in market-based aesthetics, everybody ready to sell their way out. I hate feeling this way, all out of placelessness, here with everything I need, here in that part of town where every essential fits in a few thousand square feet. Take me home, this is my home, isn't it just, but that I don't know where home might be right here. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Scott. There we go. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. Come back again. Now we're going to hear from Christy Krug. Christy.
Flight 1620. A whir, a clank, the whisk of duffel bags, brushing canvas and cotton and spandex, stiff backs, hoisting luggage, the pause, shuffle, feigning patience, a stifled sigh of apathy, relief, each passenger settling into each seat, tucking away accoutrements, shrink-wrapped blanket, sanitized pillow, settling behind a screen, hoisted 3,000 feet into the air. Man in seat in front of me wields a plastic knife, slices a pepperoni stick into segments, opens a cap of Pringles, scoops one chip into white paste, balances pepperoni segment on top. His fingers drip preciousness. Only let us be catered to. Let us be served our orange juice, and may the attendant return quickly, retrieving our single-use plastic glasses. We have so little space and so much need. Give us a story. The ground is far beneath our feet, and we don't remember how to walk home.
Well, that concludes Ghost Town Poetry for September 8th, 2016. Let me take this opportunity to thank our featured readers, Loranger, Tiffany Burba. And thank all of you for showing up consistently, month after month. We really appreciate it. And for your wonderful poetry tonight, and for taking an opportunity to be together. I really appreciate that. And Christopher sends his best. I don't know, there was something that took him away quickly, and he will be back, I'm sure, but he's fine, just so you know. Anyway, I just want to thank you all and say again to our features, thank you, Jim, and happy birthday. And we will see you all again next month.